sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Giants and the Lions, next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Now Goff. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers point their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Here's the former Lion, Kenny Golladay. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And they give this time to the tailback. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile. That's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun, because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
Newton on first down.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. At the 22-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
That was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Newton on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Oh, the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The star at nearby Michigan, Jabril Peppers, in on the stop.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. A gain of 3. It's 4th down. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
1st and goal, New York.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Gone. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown for days.
A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here we go.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. From the 50, it's Goff. Completes this again to Shepard. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good work, boys.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
While the trainers take a look, will step aside. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And now it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Goff now looks to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete.
Goff's pass complete to Kenny Galladay. A 5-yard pickup on the play.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Goff. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lions will take over.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney, coming up on a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Swift.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
On second down, Swift.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
Azeez Ojulari in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st and 10, Goff.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Goff. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Goff. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
On 1st down, it's Newton. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Throwing again is Newton. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Dexter Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Teddy Ballgame. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Newton. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, 46 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who's going to stop him.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Goff on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the handoff, this is Swift.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Swift's got the first down and then some.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 6 there on first.
At the Giants' 20-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing on third down, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold him to 3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
New York ready to go again offensively. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Goff now to throw. Smith catches left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Now Goff on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Goff throwing again. Open man, Butler complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd and 4.
On second down now, it's Butler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. This one is Slayton over the middle. Touchdown, Giants! Darius Slayton, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Newton on first down.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Here's Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And here we are in the fourth quarter.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field, game.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And right side, they're going to go option here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
At the 37-yard line.
On second down, Swift and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Lions on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And this one is right through. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Now they try the right side here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Gone. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's gone. He's got Smith here. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A little bit of a break for the offense for that football going out of bounds. Remember, they haven't turned it over yet, Charles.
Yeah, and they've taken care of the ball so well, they had to feel good about their chances and their opportunities. Remember the old adage, the team making the fewest mistakes will win? They almost cost themselves with that one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Goff now looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Giants are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. Now Goff. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Giants add on to their lead.
So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Newton. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Dancing to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, but it'll be 2nd down. Room past the 20, as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Cam to throw. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's go! At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he'll have a first down here up past the 30, but he's brought down in bounds. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for the Giants, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.